In this video, we want to create the 2-inch T. So this is going to fit around 2-inch pipe, and what I call the adapter or the threaded pipe portion is going to be for 3/4 inch threaded pipes. To construct this, we're really going to need a piece of pipe like this one here, and we're going to need a second piece here. This one will be about 4 inches long, and this one, it won't matter too much. I'll show you, you'll understand later. We'll make this one an inch or an inch and a half long. Okay, so I've created these two pieces of pipe, which you should already know how to do. We're going to do one other thing. We're going to create a cylinder. So let me click on this cylinder icon right here. And you can see it created a tiny cylinder in there. Let's hide these other parts here a minute, and let's deal with this cylinder. We're going to make it, it doesn't matter. I'll make it 6 inches long, and the radius is going to be the inner radius of a 2-inch socket. You'll understand why in a little bit. Let's unhide these other objects, and what we really want to do eventually, we're going to want to slide this cylinder inside of this other object, but more on that later. Let's hide the cylinder, and let's go to not the front view, but this view right here, the top view. We want to rotate this around and slide it over into this pipe. So let's take our threaded pipe portion, let's start transforming it. We will rotate it, and we'll start sliding it into the correct position. We could be extremely accurate on this if we wanted to. I don't want to be that accurate. You're going to get the idea. So let's see if this looks good. Looking good. It's maybe not centered exactly. If I did this, we might want to slide it over a bit more, but I'm not going to worry about that for right now. The one little issue that we probably have is we've got these pieces inside here that we don't really want. For our purposes, for my diagram, it wouldn't matter if I left them in there, but if you were trying to print this on a 3D printer, you can't have these in there. You got to get rid of them, and that's where the cylinder is going to come into play. So we want to get this cylinder inside of this pipe, and let's figure out a view that will help us do that. We can see we want to rotate this cylinder so we can slide it in there. So let's pick the cylinder, let's transform it, let's rotate it this direction, and let's slide it in a bit, and let's take a look and see what we've got so far. And it's not looking too bad. If we go to the front view, you can see that it's fitting in there pretty good. And now what we want to do is we want to get rid of this little tiny pieces of pipe in there, and the way we're going to do that is to select this threaded portion and go up here where we can work with pieces, and we're going to subtract. We're going to use the difference. We're going to subtract the cylinder. So wherever these things intersect, we're going to subtract that piece out of it. So let's do that. And let's close this. And let's see what we got right now. So that's looking a lot better. Now, there's still going to be some stuff in here. If we really wanted to get rid of this portion here, we'd have to do a similar thing by sliding a smaller cylinder in here and subtracting it from this pipe. But I don't care. We're not going to do that. This is good enough for us. And also, this is going to be threaded pipe, there's videos on YouTube and other places that show you how to make threads. I may come back and do that eventually, but for right now this looks like a pretty good T. The only last thing we have to do is to combine this all into one object. So let's do that. We'll select the T, this portion right here, and we'll go in to the icon here where we can work with multiple objects and subtract them and intersection and such. So we'll take this and we'll unite it with the cut that we just made, which is actually that piece in here, and we'll apply it, close this down, and now we have the fusion, which is the entire thing. We'll rename that in a minute. If we transform it, you'll see that the whole thing moves, so now it's one object. And we'll just rename this to the T